What's up, everyone? Champions back again for another UFC predictions video. This time for UFC 323, Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr 2. Super excited for this pay-per-view. Great fights all throughout. I actually plan on going to this one, so I'm going to be there in person. And if you know me with pay-per-views I'm going to or events I'm going to, I'm very light on them because I want to enjoy the fights. You gotta let me be. That doesn't mean I won't recommend bets in my end. I do have some bets still on the card. It's not going to be as much as usual, but yeah, but very, very excited for this card. Las Vegas, baby. We will be there. But first, before we get into the card, we go over what happened last week, or I guess 2 weeks before, on Arman Sarukian versus Dan Hooker fight card, UFC Fight Night Qatar. And how did we do? If I can pull it up. Back page. There we go. All right. I'm not gonna say it's like the best thing ever, but an up night's an up night. I cannot complain at all. So we'll just go through each one of these. In terms of the fight order, I think this one was the one I had first. Ryan Loder versus Ismail Nardiev. I had two bets here. I had a bet on Loder, just money line, and I had a bet on Nardiev 1-2 KO, or just 1-2. Excuse me. Yeah. The good thing I hedged with the 1-2 KO. I knew it was super live with Loder because this guy's chin is just defense is non-existent. Any guy who can land a punch can knock this dude out, and I mean he got put out bad by Nardiev. And I mean fair play. That's kind of it's like if Loder doesn't win this fight, which I thought he would win, but if he doesn't win, it's probably him getting sparked out pretty quickly. I mean, shout out to Nardiev. He did what he needed to do. He looked good for his. I mean, it was quick and not much there, but fair play. Next fight I bet on Beksa Almakhan versus Alexander Topuria. I was on the Almakhan side. I really liked him in this spot. Oh, it hurts me. I was wrong in this one. Fair play. Topuria looked good. The wrestling was there. I bet he's not that great though, and I still can't get that off my mind because I don't think he's that great still. I don't think he's gonna be making waves at bantamweight by any means. Bantamweight's too good. It's too good. I don't think you can be super successful with his skill set, if I'm being honest with you, because he's kind of low volume. He doesn't really throw combinations. He's not Ilya. Don't get me wrong. It's hard though. There's no denying that. And if he does get on top, he's pretty nice. He's pretty nice if he gets that top position. The bantamweight's a tough division, so good luck to you, but I was wrong on this one. Fair play. I'll definitely be looking to fade him in the future, but I'm probably gonna be a little more selective about it coming forward, unless I get like a matchup coming up. It's like, oh, I like that. But yeah, fair play to Topuria. He looked great. The next fight I had to bet on was Shamil Gaziev to beat Waldo Cortez Acosta. And by the way, I'm so happy I kept this card pretty light. that was a good decision. Because man, there were so many like trap spots I felt like throughout this card. Gaziev, Waldo, I was going with Spivak to beat Gaziev. I like Spivak a lot there, but this fight getting made is like, well, shoot, I'm gonna take Gaziev because Waldo was on insanely short notice. Like it's ridiculous what he's doing. I mean, I gotta give props to the guy, even though I kind of despise him, to be honest. I hate how he fights. He's boring to watch, and it's just nothing volume that gets rewarded. I mean, he's been getting KOs though, so I mean, fair play to Waldo, and he's been a badass for the eye poke into KO, and then the super short notice step up, and then KO on Gaziev. Not that Gaziev was anything out of this world special. I didn't put that much. I put like half a unit like on Gaziev. I wasn't that confident, but like against someone who's super short notice against Waldo, and if the fight kept extending, I thought Shamil would absolutely have a chance to probably implement some wrestling and get things growing, but he got dropped and hurt, so it is what it is. Yeah, good win by Waldo. Next fight I had a bet on. It's right here. Volkan Uzmir -3.5 against Menafield. I should have put more on this, but I'll live. Vulcan is kind of scary to trust it sometimes. But this is the type of fight Vulcan should win, and I knew he should win pretty easily. Like at bare minimum, win all 3 rounds unless he just gets meme dropped. But it's just a complete levels difference, and it completely showed. Vulcan kind of just ran through him. Easy work. I'm very proud about that bet. So yeah, great work by Vulcan Oostimir. He looked great. I mean, not much to say. He's beat Alonzo Manyfield. I still don't really know how that fight was even made. It's kind of ridiculous to me. Next fight I bet on Ian Gary to beat Bilal Muhammad. I got Ian Gary. He looked great. Ian Gary's so good, man. He's so good. Gashes for me almost all the time. I can't complain. Ian Gary's the man. Yeah, he looked really good. He kind of did what he wanted to Bilal, and Bilal just really couldn't execute his game plan at all. In all honesty, it's just Ian Gary's just that dude, man. He basically, it's exactly what I thought the Leon Edwards fight would look against Bilal Muhammad, where it's like, I mean, the boxing wasn't there. Like if you can't get those boxing combinations off, he's not going to be able to. You can't take down Leon Edwards, but against Bilal, he boxed him up. He boxed him up, and that's how the takedowns worked. But with Ian Gary, on the other hand, just the footwork is just massively different. And the speed massively different, to where you can't even land those combinations to set up the takedowns. So, I mean, credit to Gary. It was a terrible matchup for Bilal. Gary looked amazing. Should have put more on it again, but I'll live. And the last fight I had my money on, Arman Tsarukyan to beat Dan Hooker. I mean, like, again, why was this fight made? How did Dan Hooker get to this spot? Arman did whatever he wanted to him. Arman Tsarukyan should be fighting for the belt next. It's kind of crazy that an interim title fight's being had with Paddy versus Gaethje. I can understand because it's like timing, like probably what Ilya wants. Let's be real. But yeah, I think Arman's a guy at lightweight. I think he's the best fighter in this division. I think he beats. I think he beats Ilya. I mean, I was saying Arman would beat Islam, so it's not like I'm just saying this just because of this fight. I've kind of been thinking this way of Arman for quite a while now. So yeah, Tsarukyan's that dude, and that's that card. We can go into the picks wise for that. Although I did pretty good picks wise, to be honest. 9-14, not the end of the world. Denzel Freeman. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Matic. I mean, terrible fight. Yeah, Freeman just kind of staring. I mean, both of them staring, to be honest. And it was like close because neither guy really did too much. But I thought Freeman clearly won all the rounds and just a better fighter. Neither guy's that great though. Aliyev Shamrock. I was wrong about like Shamrock maybe putting up like some sort of a fight or getting like a meme back take. Aliyev looked good. I don't think it necessarily like says anything about Aliyev. It's like, oh yeah, he showed a new dimension of his game. I don't necessarily think so, even though he did rely on boxing more so this time around. But like, I don't know. Shamrock is kind of not good, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, props to Aliyev. He did what he needed to do. Talked about this one. Yakayev versus Shakira. Actually, I parlayed Yakayev with someone this week. It was a complete meme. It was a very small bet too. Yeah, I mean, what's there to say? Like, Kayev ran through Shakira. Expected. Perez Asu. Oh my god, I am so happy I passed. I am so happy because it's like I'm an Asu Amabayev guy. I like this guy a lot. It was getting dicey. Alex Perez is a tough fight for him. Tough fight, and that was a really good way to make a comeback win because I thought it was 1-1 or 2-0 Alex Perez. I think the judges' scorecards had it like 1-1, so like I guess it would have been okay. But like Alex Perez is a good fighter, man, and yeah, I'm happy I just completely stayed away. No sweat off my back for that one. So yeah, shout out to Asu. That was a sick sub. Dalby beats Izgakmaev. From think I remember how to pronounce his name. Again, another one. I'm happy I stayed away. Completely stayed away. I thought Isgak Maev could like. I mean, I did think it would go to decision, and it's like it's gonna be kind of dicey. Like Dalby is definitely alive to win this fight, and he did win. And I thought he did actually legitimately win. Isgak Maev just gas tank wasn't there. I think he had staff apparently, so that wasn't really good for him. But I mean, Dalby did what he needed to do to win and did a good job of it. So shout out to Dalby. Luke Riley defeats Bogdangrad. Nasty KO by Luke Riley. I don't know what to think of him still. I know a lot of people have like their set opinions of Luke Riley. Like some people think he's a bum, some people think he's really good. I don't know how I feel about him. He does have power though, and that was nasty to put down Bogdangrad the way he did. My goodness. Great finish. It was a good one by Luke Riley, I thought. Even though Bogdangrad's not necessarily the best fighter ever. Kyoji Oraguchi beats Tiger Ulanbekov. I'm crying on the inside. I didn't bet Tiger. I can be happy about that. But I'm crying on the inside because things I was saying about Tiger in these past few fights where I've been picking against him, it's Azat Maxim and what's his name? Oh my god. Clayton Carpenter. It's like the weight cut's getting to him. The weight cut's getting to him. He's gonna die at one of these fights because of the weight cut. It happened here. Kyoji absolutely smoked Tiger Ulanbekov and just worked him bad. Kyoji absolutely just looked amazing. I think it's both Kyoji being really good and Tiger's weight cut just not working out. Like his that weight cut is due to lose him a fight, and I think it absolutely was part of that here. And not to mention, I mean, Kyoji's such a tough fight for anyone in this division. I hope they get Kim versus whoever wins the main event. I mean, if I'm saying Kyoji fighting whoever wins the main event, you probably know who I'm talking about, because I don't think they're making Kyoji Oraguchi versus Van. But besides the point, great win by Kyoji Oraguchi. Happy he's back in the UFC. And a very hilarious post-fight interview. And Mintelbeck Oralbai versus Jack Hermanson. I am so happy I stayed away from this one too, because I was like, I have no idea what this fight looks like. And I was right. I had no idea. Hermanson was looking incredible. I thought he looked amazing, and then he gets deaded. He just gets deaded. And it's like, damn. The chin probably not there at 170, which is not a shock to anyone. But he's clearly the better fighter of the two. That's sad. I feel so bad for Hermanson, but it is what it is. MMA or by wins. And I talked about those ones. So let's get into UFC 323. I'm super excited for this card. And I'll start by talking it down a little bit. Muhammad Naimov versus Myron Santos. If you know me, one of these guys I just have a complete vendetta with. I cannot stand them. Other guy I don't like either. I'm going Myron Santos to win this fight. And this is the guy I just can't stand. Not because he's a bad person by any means. Nothing like, he's a good guy actually. So I don't mean it in that standpoint. I don't wish ill will upon him, but Francis Marshall versus Myron Santos. I will never let that go. I will. That is my what do you call it? Was it Renat Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal moment where people were just like, this is terrible. That was that. I'm going to get this fade right on this guy. I'm going to. But it's not going to be here, man. Naimov. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to tell you to bet on Santos or Naimov over 2.5. Like, I know Naimov is it's a little hittable, so that's the worry about it. And he can't crack himself, but I just expect I think this is going to be a staring match. Myron Santos is who people think Leon Edwards is. Not who Leon Edwards actually is, but who people think he is. And what people think Leon Edwards is, a boring, no volume striker. He's not necessarily that if you actually look at like how he fights. Sure, some fights he is like that, but like it's not how we would actually describe Leon Edwards. That's how I would describe this guy. This guy is just nothing, man. The Francis Marshall fight was complete, like a showcase of that. Just nothing volume. Even though it's like he's not even like landing much. He's not even throwing that much. He's so like patient and it's patient to a point where it's to his detriment, in my opinion. And I mean, even the Sodiq Yusuff fight, Sodiq was just just terrible. He looked terrible there, and I mean, I picked Myron Santos there, and I mean, Myron just didn't really do too much to him, to be honest with you. I was at 155 too, which is weird. Naimov, on the other hand, it's just so unimpressive. It's just the way I would describe both these guys, in my opinion, underwhelming. I think both these guys are underwhelming. Like the Bogdan Grad win, it was like whatever to me. The Khan Ofli win, whatever to me. I don't care if Khan Ofli just subbed Ricardo Ramos. I mean, all these guys fought Khan Ofli. Like neither of these things are super impressive to me. Even like Myron Santos getting a KO when it is what it is. Felipe Lima, there's no shame in that, in my opinion. And he was honest. I mean, it was like 1-1 going into round 3. But I mean, Lima found this out. That was nasty. Eric Silva, whatever. Literally, just whatever. Times 1,000. Nathaniel Wood, I thought that was kind of a robbery. And that was robbery because the judges, not the judges, the ref didn't take a point. And then Myron Santos, just Khan Ofli, whatever. Didn't win this fight. Sodiq Yusuff, whatever. He's done, Sodiq Yusuff. I think over. I think this fight goes to decision. If I was going to bet this fight, this is not one of the fights I'm going to bet on. I'm going to tell you which fights I have bets on. There's not one. Decision. I hope I'm wrong because I'm going to be there in attendance and I want a fun fight. Yeah, I think Myron Santos should win this fight. I'm not crazy about. I will say though, I'm not crazy about his like money line because, again, he is so low margins. He is low margin, and so is Naimov. So I expect him to be cleaner, but I just don't know, man. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Antonio Tricoli. Another fight where it's like another guy just not that I can't stand. It's not that I can't stand Mansour. I don't have anything like that with Mansour. Just I don't see the hype in Mansour at all. But he should win this fight easily. Tricoli is I don't even what is there to say? I don't know. I do think he gets the round 1 finish. Although, I mean, I don't put it past this guy to somehow take Tricoli round 3 like Shard did. I don't put it past it. Tricoli doesn't present any problems. I guess a meme guillotine. That's about it. Mansour should run through this. I think the odds are honestly kind of justified, to be honest. They're rightfully disgusting. Because I don't see where Mansour loses this. So Mansour should win. It's another layup for this guy. Whatever. Hopefully round 1 KO for the fun of it. Ivo Aslan versus, learn how to say this guy's name. Ivo Baranuski. Give me Ivo. Ivo, round 1 sub. I think Ivo gets taken down here by this absolute tank. And to be fair, both these guys are tanks. Gets taken down, and once he gets taken down, I think it's game over. Tell you what, though. I wouldn't be looking at betting Ivo at this price. Not at this money line. How I would play this fight is 1-2 Baranuski. Oh my god, I forgot how to say this guy's name. I cannot believe this. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Baranevsky. Baranevsky is how you say this guy's name. So 1-2 Baranevsky, because I think he can win by KO. I think he can win by sub. I lean more towards sub. But I do think that rounds 2-3 KO for Ivo Aslan is absolutely live. Because Ivo has just never been out of round 1. It's just never happened. So I think that's a genuine question mark. And seeing how Ivo fights, he kind of goes ham. He's never been out of round 1 minute 4. Just pretty insane. So I don't think you can be mad at yourself for taking shots on 2-3 or 2-3 KO for Ivo. And 1-2 Ivo, that's just how he wins fights. I mean, round 1 Ivo is how he wins fights, honestly. So I do think Baranuski is going to be able to get a takedown. Baranuski. I can't. Ivo. I think Ivo gets a takedown and gets a sub. But it could be like a variety of those, but I do think so. I just think Ebo is not good. I don't care he's trained with Dagestan or whatever. I don't think that means anything to me. Uh, Evil's a beast. I do think this guy's a beast and has some potential. We have to see more of him to really like make me feel good about that potential. But I think the Polish power will come through here, although Polish sub power, I guess. Edson Barbosa versus Jalen Turner. Give me Turner. I'll tell you what though, this I will tell you what. If I wasn't betting this, if I wasn't going to this card, I probably would have bet this. I would have bet Turner money line. Because I don't trust him to finish, to be honest with you. Could it be sub? It could low-key be sub. Not thinking about it. I actually don't hate that look. Turner by sub. He could make this fight pretty easy with that. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. I wasn't even thinking about that. I don't think Turner by sub is like a bad angle by any means. It's like the path of least resistance too. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Turner wins a decision, though. I do think Jalen Turner wins. I have to say, it is a worry that is coming out of retirement. Like, I don't know what state Jalen Turner's in, but there's like points where it's like, I don't care. Like, Edson is done. It's sad to say. It's the truth, though. Jalen Turner, if he's has anything left in the tank, he should win this. He should win this. Edson Barbosa win, I think, is a meme KO, which Edson Barbosa is absolutely capable of, or like a leg kick and Jalen Turner's leg dies, or Jalen Turner had a terrible weight cut, which is he's done before. I mean, you can't deny that. And like Jalen Turner kind of like comes in just dead and starting the fight. I don't think he's probably going to be fine. Maybe the break's good for Jalen Turner. I don't know. But I think Jalen Turner should probably whoop Edson. And like the huge, I think the different stance is going to give Edson a bunch of problems, take away the leg kick, as like the same leg kick Edson uses so often, so good. And I think like the length and reach, I mean, Jalen Turner's humongous. I think it's a problem. And he looked terrible against Ricard Close. So I don't blame anyone for honestly laying the chalk on Jalen Turner. I think there is no reason he should be losing this fight. There really is no reason. So yeah, there was absolutely reason to be skeptical, but shouldn't be losing. I like Jalen Turner. I'll go around one sub, but I'm not really confident in method, to be honest with you. Probably sub is like not a bad number. Actually, I'm curious what BetOnline has that set at. Because it's probably pretty good value. I'm not expecting them to really. They're probably gonna lean more towards the KO angle if I had to guess. Where is this? I mean, the under is so juiced, and that's kind of nasty to me. Where is Jalen Turner's sub? Plus 350. That's not bad. I wish better, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. When decide the distance goes a distance. I mean, you can't trust that with Jalen Turner. Yeah, I stand by what I said. Jalen Turner, he should win, no problem. Marvin Vettori. Yeah, I can't speak. Marvin Vettori versus Bruno Ferreira. Give me Marvin Vettori to win. Bruno is bad. He's not it, man. I don't expect him to really have the tools to really have much success against Marvin Vettori. The problem is with Marvin Vettori, he's kind of been doing nothing, and with him doing nothing, I don't know. I will say if I was not going to this card, I'd probably be betting on Marvin Vettori, and I would be reluctantly doing so, but I probably would be. It's just such a big step down from, I mean, maybe not Roman Dolidze. Like, Roman is bad. I mean, Vettori was doing all right in that fight. He dropped him, which is crazy to say. Brendan Allen, no shame in that, in my opinion. And to be fair, they both went to war there. So that was pretty. That's maybe not the worst look ever, to be honest with you. In Canada, which is forever ago. Like, I just... Bruno, I don't think he's going to be able to get the judo throw. Like, Vettori's pretty hard to hold down. I think if anyone has success in the ground, it's probably Vettori. It'd probably be him, like, laying laying on Bruno Ferreira, and I think he can outvalue him. I think Bruno Ferreira's cardio is garbanzo. I still have belief in Marvin Vettori's chin, and if the chin holds up, I think he wins rounds 2 and 3 after Bruno just kind of dies from gas. But Marvin Vettori somehow does not finish. Although maybe he does finish because of that. So I can see. I don't hate the idea of like a round 3 decision Vettori bet for like a little more value. But I think Marvin Vettori should win this. I think so little Bruno Ferreira. So yeah, give me Marvin Vettori to win this fight. Faraz Ziam versus Nazim Sadikov. Banger. What a fight. This is the first time ever I'm going against Nazim, if I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure. Give me Faraz Ziam. No. I might have went against him with Borshev, but that might be like the one time. Give me Faraz Ziam, though. I think this is the right time to go against Nazim Sadikov. Why do I think that? Faraz Ziam is clean. He's making such big improvements himself. And I think he's too clean to the point where I don't think Nazim's like non-minute winning tactics or not tactics. That's that weird way of putting it. Non-minute winning tendencies, how he fights, it's kind of gonna bite him in the butt unless he just hurt Ziam multiple times. I think Ziam's just too clean. He's a really good fighter, man, and I think he has a pathway to the top, man. It's kind of crazy to say, but I mean, winner of this fight probably is gonna be climbing up. I think Ziam is just one of those guys who's really stands out to me. I think he's the truth, man. So I think he's gonna keep making improvements. I love seeing all the work in the grappling coming into play, and he's coming so much better in that realm. I think he can win this fight probably anywhere, but more likely in the striking with the clinch. In that way, staying away from the danger of Nazim. Of course, Nazim is good. It has the ability to hurt Ziam, and he can win like that, obviously. But I got belief in Ziam's abilities to keep himself safe and win. So if I wasn't going this card, I 100% would be betting on Ziam. I do like him here, like a good amount. What are the odds on it? Because I think money did come in on Nazim. Yeah, it's pretty close, and I think that's fair because Nazim is not no bum by any means. And Ziam's really good. Ziam's really good. So credit to Ziam. Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. Now we have a bet I'm going to this card with. That's Macy Barber. Round 3 finish. I don't care. She just had surgery. Or not surgery. A seizure. I don't care. It means nothing to me. Because there's too much of a levels difference here. Macy is so much better than Karine Silva. Sure, maybe Karine Silva will win round 1. Whatever. That's okay. What I know is in rounds 2 and 3, Macy Barber is going to put Karine Silva in hell. Hell. She's going to beat the living crap out of her. I don't think Karine likes firefights. I don't think she wants that. Macy Barber is going to give her all of that. I love her here. I absolutely love Macy Barber here. I think she's going to smoke Karine Silva. I like those finish props on Macy Barber. I think she's absolutely live to beat this flake. Like, I mean, kind of getting paced by Dione Barboza. Who is her notice? Karine Silva. Terrible look. Getting paced by Viviane Araujo. Terrible look. Her cardio is garbanzo. If Karine is not able to just KO Macy because her brain's not functioning because of the seizure, that's the risk. That is the risk you're taking if you're taking Macy Barber. You have to believe that she's okay to fight. And I mean, I'm hoping she's completely fine because it'd be terrible if she's like has something like that happen again. I'm trusting she'll be fine. But I think Macy is going to whoop Karine Silva bad. I think she's gonna finish her, and yeah, Karine is just not it. So yeah, I think Barber works her, makes her life miserable. Clinch game, boom, elbow. I mean, I love me some Macy Barber. I think she's gonna get this done. Give me Macy Barber, baby. I love her here. I have a pretty nice bet on her. So yeah, Give me Macy Barber. I think she should smoke Karine Silva. Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan. Oh, I don't know. I'm going McKinney. Round 1 sub. I'm not confident at all on this. I think that McKinney's going to be super explosive and catch Chris Duncan. That's what I think. It could be a KO. It could be a sub. I think he's going to lean more towards the sub angle. But I mean, Duncan is tough. He is tough. But I mean, McKinney is so explosive that I think maybe he absolutely can catch Duncan with something. I mean, finishing Slava Borshev is impressive. It absolutely is impressive. So I think there is credit to that, even if Slava's ground game is not that great. I mean, I got to give credit, though. Chris Duncan has looked so much better since moving to American Top Team. And that's like, man, I don't know. I don't know. I am going McKinney. I do think he gets a quick finish. But I'd be lying if I told you, oh, yeah, pretty clearly McKinney. Hell no. Honestly, kind of hope Chris Duncan wins. But, yeah, I think McKinney's memes him, honestly. So, yeah. Terrence McKinney meme for the win. Because I will say this about Chris Duncan. He's been getting better, but he's still hittable. He is still very, very hittable. And that's such a worry for me, especially against a guy like McKinney. So I think it's going to bite him in the butt, and he's going to lose. So, yeah. Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. Oh, boy. Another ATT guy. I'm going to go with Dawson, though. I'm going to go decision. I think a bet I like. I'm not betting this. I'm not betting this. Outright saying this. But if I was betting on this card, I'd be looking at betting something like rounds 2-3 Dawson or 3 decision Dawson. I lean more towards 3 decision. And I mean, look, he could absolutely sub Manuel Torres round 1. I get it. There's probably a big level difference on the ground, but I've never really thought of Grant Dawson as like a prolific finisher, to be honest with you. I think he absolutely can win from attrition and just Torres just gives up in round 3. Absolutely possible. Or like just jiu-jitsu wise, just way better. But I just kind of think Manuel Torres is going to be able to just tough it out, defend the rear naked choke. And I just don't think Dawson's going to be taking any risks against this guy. I mean, I don't think Grant Dawson's dumb. Like, I don't think he's going to spend much time at all striking with Manuel Torres. Because he knows, bro, he can get knocked out bad quick. He knows this, man. Grant Dawson's is a smart fighter. He's a very smart fighter. I used to have a hate boner back in the day with Grant Dawson, and it stopped after the Bobby Green fight. Because, I mean, I picked Bobby Green there. Like, that's how much the hate boner I had for Grant Dawson at the time. But he's really good, man. And I really like me some Grant Dawson. I do think he's gonna win this fight. It'll be dicey. There's going to be dicey in round 1, especially early on. And it's going to be dicey round 2 early on if he doesn't get a quick takedown. I think after that point, it's smooth sailing for Grant Dawson. Honestly, no, I can't say that. Because I was going to say -3.5 Dawson's not a bad look. But at the same time, I was just thinking, I do think there's a possible scenario where he gets dropped and he survives. And Torres just loses by being a dummy and just getting himself taken down. There's that possibility lingers in my mind. It's like I can't trust Dawson's chin enough to rely on that -3.5. But I think round 3 decision or the 2-3 Dawson, whatever you like. I lean round 3 decision Dawson. I think he's gonna just take the back and ride Manuel Torres all day. So yeah, I think Dawson wins. I think he gets another good win on the resume. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Banger fight. Interesting fight. I'm going to go Blachowicz. I'm going to go round 2 KO. I think it's going to be via ground and pound. But the age worries me for Blachowicz. And I will say, the thing I've always said about Blachowicz is that he is excellent at fighting orthodox fighters. Not orthodox as in the stance, but like orthodox as in they fight in a typical general way, like that's maybe not general is the best way to put it, like in a very like traditional sense, I should say. In a traditional sense, like Adesanya out kickboxed him, like that's just, it's so impressive. Peloton. I mean, that was not an easy fight for Peloton on the feet at all. He's so good at fighting these really good fighter, like kickboxers, like who are just good technique wise. Carlos Ulberg, same exact thing. But against guys who are just kind of unorthodox, just don't fight the way like a normal guy kind of would. That's where he has trouble. I don't know if I even necessarily put Guskov in that category. I'm like, it's weird because it's like he doesn't throw the most necessarily. He keeps the hands low, so he has elements of that. But like his punches are kind of like normal, to be honest. So I mean that's why I'm ultimately still going Blachowicz, and I do think he has the grappling advantage. He probably should go that method here. But I think I mean Guskov is probably live to catch him. Blachowicz is getting older. He hasn't necessarily shown chin issues like as of recent, but it can come up at any time at this age. Won't be shocked if Guskov wins. I met Guskov at Vegas, so I wouldn't be mad if the Guskov win because I really like Bogdan Guskov. Blachowicz is that dude. I think Blachowicz will get this win, but it could go wrong. Things could go wrong. I will say that. So I kind of want to stay clear from this one. Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. Banger fight. I'll tell you what, man. I think people are forgetting Cejudo. This is not a fight I'm going in betting on this card. If I was betting on this card, I would probably put a small bet on Cejudo. I'm not putting anything crazy, not on Cejudo by any means. But the reason why I'm leaning towards Cejudo, I watched back his like previous fight. Man, he's not that bad. He's pretty good against Song Yadong. I thought against Song Yadong, he's pretty outmatched, and I don't really see much of a chance for Cejudo here. Like I don't think he's gonna be able to get much wrestling going, and he didn't really get much wrestling going. He didn't even really attempt much wrestling here in that fight. And it's not like Song Yadong is a really tough guy to wrestle to begin with. On the stand-up, Song Yadong was winning. By all means, he was winning. Cejudo wasn't fighting that bad. He was fighting quite all right, to be honest. Cejudo is not a bad fighter still, even at this older age. And he's still pretty tough and durable. He has the wrestling in the back pocket, and I'd imagine he's going to bring it out here. Like, why just entertain a fight with Peyton Talbot on the feet? I think he can absolutely win via cage pushing. I know this is his final fight, so I have to worry about retirement, which is why I wouldn't suggest putting like a big amount of money on this. I definitely wouldn't suggest parlaying Talbot. I don't think that's just the way to go. It's also Santino DeFranco's last fight he's like coaching, so I mean want to go on and bang. I guess if you want to go with the narratives and stuff like that, but like in a fight sense, I think Cejudo's gonna not give Talbot an easy time by any means. Sure, Talbot can win by KO. He hits different. He's very hittable himself. I'll say that. Not like Cejudo necessarily has the biggest power, although he hurt Merab. Don't forget that. He hurt Merab. Says a lot. I don't know. Cejudo, I'm not counting him out here. I think this is a spot he's absolutely live to win. So, give me Cejudo. I think it gets a win for him and Santino DeFranco, and they go off in the sunset. But Stead Stead carefully on this one is what I would say from like a betting perspective. Next fight up the card, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. Oh, what a banger! I'm going Taira, man, and I'm gonna tell you, I think this guy is the next flyweight champion in this division. I think Taira is gonna be the guy to beat Pantoja. I went against Taira in this fight against Royval. Is that the only fight I went against him? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Only fight I ever picked against him was against Royval. So I thought he wasn't necessarily ready. I think he's ready now. I saw it's. I know it's against Hyun-Sung Park. I know that. Nothing insane. Hyun-Sung Park's all right. But the things I saw in that fight is like, he's making the developments. He knows how to fight a 5-round fight. And this is not a 5-round fight. This is a 3-round fight. But he knows how to fight a 5-round fight. I'm talking about for like a title contention type of fight. And he's getting better, man. I love all the new improvements I'm seeing from Taira. His ground game. He shows me new things I haven't seen before after watching how many years in this sport. Tyra's showing me new things. Like, oh my goodness, I've never seen this before. He's so creative with the grappling, and we've seen Moreno put in those spots against someone like Pantoja, and I think Tyra's absolutely of that quality on the ground. So I think it's going to be a good fight. It's not like it's going to be an easy fight for Moreno, or for Tyra, I should say, because I'm picking Tyra. Moreno's really good at scrambling, but I mean, there's something to say. He always gets taken down in these fights. He's always getting taken down. If you're getting taken down from Tyra, there's absolutely a chance he's able to find ways to grapple you. The ways he was finding ways to grapple with Royval, who just he's a scrambling freak similar to Brandon Moreno, is super impressive to me. That's a fight before he's made all these improvements, and he's now went to Colorado making these improvements, training with like Royval and that crew. I mean, I'm not sure if he's even that team anymore. So, but I know he's been at Colorado, so I mean that's a good look too. Yeah, I mean I just think it's Tyra's time. I think it's time. Not that Moreno is bad by any means. I've been fading Moreno his past few. I faded him with Royval. I faded him with Amir Albazi. I faded him with Steve Verseg. I mean, some of those were close. I mean, not Albazi. That hurts my soul. That hurts my soul because Albazi is the profile picture of this channel, but it is what it is. Steve Verseg. I thought that was like closer than what people were saying it was. And Royval, it was close. I mean, Moreno fought really dumb there. I can't lie. I think Tyra's new age, man. I think the new age will get a win here. Given the new age, if I wasn't going this card, I absolutely would be betting Tyra here. And what are the odds now of this? Minus 122. Yeah. I'm kind of still considering it, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to enjoy this fight. I think Tyra's going to get this dub. Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Give me Pantoja to win this fight. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how he's going to win this fight. He's going to win this fight by KO. He's going to KO Joshua Van. I'm going to tell you exactly why he's going to KO Joshua Van. Van's chin is not good. His chin is very bad, believe it or not. What has led me to believe his chin is very bad? Charles Johnson fight. He gets dropped and put out by Charles Johnson. Kind of crazy. Against with the Edgar Chairez. Hurt bad. Like I think it was a spinning elbow or something. Like hurt bad. Against Brandon Royval, who typically doesn't really hurt dudes unless it's like a spinning elbow or a knee. He hurt Van so many times in a firefight. I think Pantoja is going to win this via durability, to be honest with you. I think Joshua Van's going to get hurt. They're going to try going to war, and I think Van gets caught. What I'm definitely going to this event with, I do plan on betting this. I'm not sure if there's odds on this now. There might be. And I imagine the odds are going to be pretty all right because most people think Pantoja is going to win by sub. I think KO. Fight ends either fighter by KO. Plus 275. That's the biggest one. I like that. Because not only does that cover Joshua Van's pretty much whole win condition, in my opinion. Although, I mean, I guess he can win decision because Pantoja is super tough. But, I mean, there's no denying Joshua Van's pace is insane. I'm not necessarily sure Pantoja can survive that pace unless he's getting backpacks in, like, multiple moments of the fight. So, Joshua Van all wins by KO. And I don't think he's going to win by KO. Pantoja, he can win by sub, he can win by decision, he can win by KO. And I think the KO is absolutely live. It can be from ground and pound. It can be on the feet, which is kind of where I kind of lean toward. I think Pantoja is going to rock Van bad and get him down. The worry is club and sub. It's absolutely possible. But I think the KO is super live here. And I'm not going to not say I didn't bet this. I'm going to be betting probably something like Pantoja KO and more on fight ends by KO. I really like that number. But, I mean, maybe the other books have better numbers than this, but I'll be looking at that for Pantoja. I think Pantoja is going to get this done via KO. And I mean, plus 800 is ridiculous. Seriously? That's insane. I think he wins by KO here. I think he's going to knock out Joshua Van, who's just chinny. I really do believe he is chinny, and I'm going to stand on that. Yeah, give me Pantoja by KO. Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan 2. The rematch. I'll tell you what. I have one final bet on this card. And it's Petr Yan. It is Petr No Mercy Yan. I think he's going to get this done. I think he's going to beat Merab in the rematch. Hopefully my computer is working. My goodness, it's just stuttering. I hate when this happens. It'll fix itself. There we go. Petr Yan. I think No Mercy is going to win this rematch. And people are going to be shocked. They're going to be like, what the hell? How is this possible? And then you're going to see Petr Yan go on the microphone. Once he has that belt, he's going to say, Sean O'Malley, I'll see you at the White House. Bam. The White House fight. For the belt. Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan 2. For the belt at the White House. We have an American contender. You know it's all can be set up with just this result. If you want to bet on rigged fights, if you believe fights are rigged, Petr Yan winning would not be anything out of the ordinary if you do believe that. If you don't believe that, I'll actually give you an explanation why I do think Petr Yan wins this fight. He was super duper injured in that first fight. I'm willing to make that excuse for him. Not only was his hand messed up, but I know Merab's hand was messed up. His right, Petr Yan's right hand was messed up, which he didn't even throw more than 10 times in the fight. I think that matters since that's his best hand for fighting. Absolutely. And his leg was messed up. Especially like very early on in that fight, his leg kind of gave out, and it's not the same. He's on one leg for that whole fight. To stop as many takedowns as he did against Merab, with one with one working hand really and one working leg, is insane. Especially considering Merab put on one of the most insane performances ever. I'm not sure that's easy to replicate. When has Merab really replicated that same performance? I mean, he hasn't. Like, it's not. I'm not saying Merab hasn't been great. He has been great, absolutely. But that performance against Petr Yan is looked back upon as like, holy cow, that was so good for a reason, because it was insane amount of takedown attempts. I think he's gonna have to recreate that, which is kind of insane. I don't necessarily think so. Another thing about that. So I think Petr Yan's going to be at least not have two complete like dead injuries. He's going to fight better. Another thing, Merab, 4th fight this year. There's a reason why champions don't do this, man. There is a reason why champions don't do this. It's mad. It is mad. And like 4 or 5 round fights in a year, and this is a pretty quick turnaround to get another one in. People don't do this for a reason. It's wear and tear on the body. It's not like Sandhagen got 50-45 and did no damage to Merab. He did do some damage to Merab. It's not like he didn't do anything. And even if he 50-45 Sandhagen is nothing, the damage you take in camp absolutely matters. Absolutely matters. And I think I refuse to just ignore that and just like, oh, yeah, Merab's just a machine. Which, yeah, I mean, he is. But I refuse to just ignore that. I don't think that's anything out of the north. Like that it's absolutely possible to have an effect on Merab Dvalishvili. I think this fight's going to play out closer. Without a doubt in my mind, it's going to play out closer. Petr Yan's such a good fighter. I know, like, some people think he's kind of regressing. I don't necessarily think so. He's a younger fighter here, to be honest. So, something that to mention. I don't think all rematches go the same. And Petr Yan is going to be the one making the adjustments to fix what Merab did to him. I think that does matter. I think Petr Yan is an excellent fighter. I think he's going to win this belt. What else is there? I mean, Merab is still hittable. Let's not get this twisted. He is still hittable at the end of the day. Petr Yan, you can land something nice on Merab, especially with that right hand working. Beauty. Something else to mention. It's like, it's not necessarily the biggest point, but Merab, when talking about that first fight with Petr Yan, he was saying, like, I'm going to kill myself if I lose to Petr Yan here. I don't think Merab thinks like that at all anymore, to be honest. I don't. Even if he does say that in an interview, I just don't think so. I don't think he has that same hunger he used to. Not that he's not hungry by any means, but the same hunger to be like, oh yeah, I'm literally going to kill myself if I lose this fight. I don't think that's here. as much so anymore. And I think that's something that kind of leans more towards Jan's favor, because I mean that's not the same amount of like want in you as there was. I mean, Petr Yan definitely is going to want to get his revenge after getting completely embarrassed last time. I was there for that fight. I was there for Yan Merab one. Yan didn't look like himself, and I'm sure you can point that to Merab, but I do think that the injuries played a big factor in that. I think this is the toughest matchup in the division. I mean, it's him or Mario Batista. This is the toughest fights for Merab in the division. Umar could be put in there too. I think Yan is going to be able to put a Yan must have forgot performance. I have him bet. I think he's going to win this fight, man. I really do. I got a lot of belief in No Mercy to get this done. Yeah. Give me Petr Yan to get this win. And maybe even put in some of his own grappling. I mean, he's a really good grappler and wrestler himself. There's no denying that. And yeah, that boxing is a thing of beauty to watch. And I think it will make a difference if he's not injured. If he's injured again. I mean, I will say this. If you want to point out something for the Yan side that does worry me, he kind of is like injury prone. And like the Song Yadong fight, he's like kind of gave through. I'm forgetting. It's the one right before it. I mean, the Merab fight I was talking about. Like those fights, like those are the ones that kind of stand out. Although he hasn't really been getting as much injured, at least as we've known, in these other fights as of recently. So maybe he's been getting better about it, and taking health a lot better, more seriously. I think Petr Yan makes due on this his opportunity to get the belt back. So yeah, give me Petr Yan to win. Now, and I'll probably be playing some Petr Yan props or something like that for small. But I'm cool with the money line. I think the money line is complete value. I think it's ridiculous. Now, as always, we go through each fight and go over the more 6 strikes, more takedowns for each one. Myron Santos, Muhammad Naimov. Santos more 6 strikes, but I don't want anything to do with this. Like it could be Naimov more 6 strikes and he still lose. Like, don't trust that. More takedowns. Naimov, Myron, don't go for takedowns, man. You don't go for takedowns. It's definitely Naimov all day for that one. Mansour Abdul Malik, Antonio Tricoli, more 6 strikes, Mansour. More takedowns, I guess, Mansour, but I'm not sure if he's even gonna go for any. More 6 strikes, Mansour, even though he's kind of pretty low volume, to be honest. So I don't even think I recommend either of those. Ewo. It's interesting. If you think the fight extends, Ewo 6 strikes is probably good luck. But if this fight ends pretty quickly, probably Ewo. These guys' names are so similar. It's gonna be Polishman. More takedowns, though. All day Ewo over Ebo all day for more takedowns. I don't know why Ebo would even consider going to the ground here. Edson Barboza, Jalen Turner. I think more takedowns, Jalen Turner. But why would Barboza ever go for any takedowns here? More 6 strikes. I lean Jalen Turner still, but I wouldn't be shocked if maybe like Edson gets some more off and just gets like put down or something. But it's both of those for Jalen Turner. Marvin Vettori, Bruno Ferreira. If you think Bruno KOs him, it's going to be him more 6 strikes. But if you don't, Marvin Vettori more 6 strikes because he's just going to just live and the other guy's just going to completely gas. More takedowns. I wouldn't be shocked that like Bruno gets a takedown and like Vettori gets a... I'm going to lean Vettori, but I'm not crazy about that more takedowns one, to be honest with you. Faraz Ziam, Nazim Sadikov, more 6 strikes. Faraz Ziam. Nazim is going to be there to get hit. I think Ziam is going to light him up and get those 6 strikes. More takedowns is interesting. I think I can lead Ziam there, but I'm not crazy about that one, to be honest. But more 6 strikes. I do lean Ziam. Macy Barber, Karine Silva. If this fight any sort of extends, Macy Barber 6 strikes all day. More takedowns. Could be either way, but probably Karine's going to be more so looking for them. And Barber can get taken down, but Macy will make her work. So, but Macy Barber 6 strikes is if this fight doesn't just end round 1, it's Macy Barber 6 strikes all day. Terrence McKinney, Chris Duncan. If this fight goes how I think it does, I guess 6 strikes McKinney, more takedowns McKinney. If it doesn't, if it extends and Duncan's winning, more 6 strikes Duncan. I don't know about more takedowns. It could kind of be interesting. But I definitely, more takedowns, I'd probably lean McKinney still. But more six strikes is, it could be dicey. And honestly, McKinney could land more six strikes and just get deaded because his chin's not great either. So there's that too. And he's super explosive. And he's going to go for it. So like, it could be something similar to Chris Duncan versus Charlie Campbell, where just Duncan's just taking boom, 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 so much shots. Oh my God, I'm getting hurt. But then bam, he's dead. It could be just like that, to be honest. So that'd be awesome, honestly. I kind of hope that happens. But yeah, I'm going McKinney for six strikes lean. Torres, Dawson, this is interesting. I'm going to go more takedowns. Dawson. I mean, why would Torres go for any takedowns here? He beat dumb to do with that. More six strikes. I'm going to lean Dawson because I don't think he's going to let Torres land much at all. Because if he does, it might be bad. It could be very, very bad. And it's like some ground and pound on the ground could be that. But I don't want anything to do with the six strikes one. But more takedowns, I mean, it's going to be a disgusting number. The Torres not going for any takedowns here. Jan Blachowicz, Bogdan Guskov. More takedowns, Blachowicz. It's interesting. I'm going to go more six strikes Blachowicz because I think his volume is just a little better than Guskov. It kind of just throws one punch at a time. So I'm going to go Blachowicz. And I think Blachowicz is really good, really sound defensively as well. So I think he can defend a lot of the shots as well. So I'll go with both of those for Jan Blachowicz. Talbot, Cejudo. It's interesting. Depends where the fight goes. More takedowns, Cejudo. Why would Peyton Talbot try and go in a wrestling match with Cejudo? That'd be dumb. More six strikes. I think it can go kind of either way. I guess I'll go Cejudo because if he gets six strike a bunch from Talbot, it might not be going so good. But I'm not crazy about the six strike one. Next fight, Brandon Moreno, Tatsuro Taira. More takedowns. I do lean Taira. I actually really like that, to be honest with you. Then more six strikes. I guess I'll lean Moreno, but I'm just Taira is kind of hittable still, but I do think a lot of this fight will happen on the ground. It's gonna be a scramble fest. Or I mean, it's gonna be a mixed martial arts fight. It's gonna be a bunch of everything, I do think, but a lot of groundwork and stuff like that. So I'll lean Moreno six strikes, but I'm not crazy about that. But more takedowns, Taira. I do like that. Van, Pantoja takedowns. I mean, I can see a world where Van is dumb enough to just go take down Pantoja, Pantoja goes for a takedown, doesn't get it, and then Van just goes on top and that counts as a takedown for him. I can see that happen, but still, you'd have to lead Pantoja takedown. He can absolutely just grab that back on Van, and then that's the fight. More six strikes is interesting. Because, I mean, depends on positions. If this fight is a long period on the feet, I'd probably still go Van, even though I'm picking Pantoja to KO him. I'd probably still lean Van six strikes. But if Pantoja gets him down and gets him into a big good position, he can land some big ground and pound, man. And that could add up. So I'm not crazy about the six strike one, but I'll lean Van. Not confident about that. Then Merab versus Jan. More takedowns. Probably Merab is going to be going for them way more than Jan. Then more six strikes. I'm going to go Jan. I'm not ultra confident because Merab does throw an insane amount of volume. But I think Jan can absolutely maybe not match it, but he'll land the better shots, and I think he's going to be way more defensively responsible this time around. So, yep, that's what I think. I don't think Merab's going to have as much success with everything, so thus leading to a decrease in the six strike count. I'm not, by no means am I telling you bet six strikes period on. Probably not. You're probably better off not doing it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. It's going to be a great card. I'm super excited to be going to it. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. You can check me out at betmma.tips champ bets. And yeah, one more card of the year. And then after that card, we're going to go over the Champ Bets Awards as I did last year, where I'm going to go over the best, in my opinion, the best fights of the year, the best prospects of the year, some of the best bets I made, some of the worst bets I made. What else? Prospects I really like out of Dana White Contender Series. Maybe some new things I didn't do last year, and make a little fun time to reflect on the year and go over some fun stuff. So. But before then, we have one more card, and I'm very excited for that one, Royval Cap. So, yep. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace. Have a great one. I will be having some fun in Las Vegas soon. Peace.